Greetings, fellow kidney donor. Now, the purpose of this video is share with you 5 tips and tricks for a quicker recovery after the transplant surgery. Now, to be clear, I am not a doctor, I am not a medical professional. So if you have questions on any of these, ask your doctor. But as you'll see, my tips are really more practical than medical. Okay, so let's get to our first tip. And all you need is one of these, a bed sheet. Your bed. You know, I used to love getting in and out of my bed until I had that surgery. And what you're going to find is that you're extremely sore for the first week or two. Now, you'll get some advice on how to easily get out of the bed without using your stomach muscles, how to roll over properly. And while that's good advice, a friend of mine gave me the best advice ever. I've tied the bed sheet to the end of my bed. So when you need to get out of the bed at 2:30 in the morning, you don't want to bother anybody else. Simply grab hold of the sheet, or you could even use a rope, I guess. Give it a couple of tugs without using your stomach muscles, and you're up. Simple. When you think about it, you're going to have to get out of bed probably 10 times in a day. So in the first 2 weeks, 14 times 10, you're getting close to 150 times you're going to want to get out of the bed without calling for help. This turned out to be the best idea ever. All right, for tip number 2, we're going down to the kitchen. Greetings again. White bread, white rice, which by the way, I love since I bought this Japanese rice maker. You put on sushi setting, delicious, love it. Pasta, a good lasagna, terrific. Yeah, here's the problem though. When you finish your operation, for the first at least 2 weeks, I can almost guarantee you, how can I put this? The factory will be on strike. By eating these kinds of foods, you're doing nothing to encourage good digestion. Instead, prunes. They have a bit of a bad reputation, but they're actually not too bad, and they really are just plums, right? Instant oatmeal. Great for breakfast, good for your digestion, could help to hide the prunes. An apple, plenty of fiber, and of course, as they'll tell you, lots and lots of water. So really my second tip is, no matter what your eating habits were before the procedure, you've got to go to foods that will encourage good digestion. The first couple of weeks are going to be tough. Your stomach's going to be basically asleep. So really, take the stool softeners they give you when you leave the hospital, use laxatives as needed, and make sure that your diet is encouraging good digestion. Well, our third tip is related to this, so let's get on to our third tip. You know, this used to be one of my favorite rooms in the house. Well decorated, quiet, private. But after your procedure, you're going to find this room a bit of a challenge, particularly getting on and off the toilet. So how do you do that in a way that doesn't hurt your stomach or put your procedure in danger? You know, I actually heard from a friend of a friend a real story where he got caught on the toilet for over an hour in the middle of the night because he was so afraid he'd hurt his stomach muscles that he had to wait until somebody came and helped him. That's not going to happen to you, and I didn't let it happen to me. And here's how we avoided it. Make this investment. Aha! These are available in hospital supply stores or online, and they go right around the toilet. Right, so now when you have to get up in the middle of the night and go to the bathroom, or even the middle of the day really, you're using your arm muscles. You're not using your stomach muscles to get on and off. This was a lifesaver. You want to remain independent. You want to know that you're comfortable and safe. And again, using your arm muscles just to get up. Fabulous investment. Do it. Please do it. Great. Let's move on to our next tip. Okay, for tip number 4, I was going to use my phone, but seeing as I realized the camera is on my phone, we'll pretend this is my phone. And your 4th tip is, don't be afraid to use it in the middle of the night. You're going to be given an emergency after hours number. Now, I know particularly for guys, we can be hesitant to call for help. Don't delay. If you think something is wrong, you have a few choices. You can lay there all through the night, wondering what's going on and worrying about it. You can look it up on the internet and become totally misinformed and probably scare yourself to death. Or you can call the number. Now, they might tell you it's going to take a couple hours to get back to you. That's fine. At least you've started the process. You know, I can tell you that I had a really bad side ache that wouldn't go away. And I called them in the middle of the night. It did take a couple hours for them to get back to me, but they reassured me what it was, and I can make it through the night okay. I had one other issue that had to be addressed in the middle of the night. The tip then is, if you have an issue after hours for your own health, for your own safety, for your own peace of mind, call right away. They're expecting to hear from you. It's okay. All right? Let's move on to our final tip. My trusted 7-iron. It's been cooperating lately, which is good. Which brings us to my final tip. Before the procedure, I was playing golf or practicing 3, 4, sometimes 5 times a week. So when I was told I couldn't play golf or lift heavy objects over 10 pounds or really do any hard exercise for up to 6 weeks, I thought, this could be a challenge. And I was right. It was very difficult. My final tip then is this: don't rush it back. All right? Listen to your doctor. Hate to pass on this final story, but I do know of a guy who didn't follow instructions, picked up something he should not have, and got a small hernia. Back to square one. So, even if you're tempted, you're feeling good in week 2 or week 3, well, check with your doctor. Maybe they'll want to see your incision. But for the long-term approach, take it easy, don't rush it back. Right, so that ends the tips. Let's summarize. Number 1, use a sheet to get out of bed. Number 2, eat a digestion-friendly diet. Number 3, try to get one of those little rails to help you up and down from the toilet. It really works. Tip number 4, don't be afraid to call after hours. They're expecting it. And our final tip, yes, don't rush back too quickly. Now, the only caveat on our final tip is this: they will tell you to move around a lot. That I want you to follow. Get up, walk around, but no picking up heavy objects or swinging that 7-iron. Great. So in conclusion, you are doing a fantastic thing. You are really saving someone's life. And because of that, you deserve a great life. And that great life is going to begin by properly following instructions during your recovery regarding exercise and diet. I wish you all the best, and thanks for watching.